Hello, my name is Kelly Figueroa, and I decided to investigate the topic of teacher tenure and evaluation in Pennsylvania. According to school code, a tenured employee is considered a professional employee. A person without a tenure is considered a temporary professional employee. In order to achieve tenure, each person has to go through a 3-year probationary period. Once that person has achieved tenure, their tenure lasts forever in the state of Pennsylvania. In order to achieve tenure, each teacher has to be observed at least 2 times per year with written progress updating how they're doing in the classroom. The administrator should provide the feedback within 10 days of their observation. And unless an unsatisfactory observation has been filed, the teacher has no right to be fired. A temporary professional employee must teach in the same school district for 3 consecutive years. And they must complete a 36-hour new teacher induction program. This map from the National Council on Teacher Quality shows the tenure years state by state across the United States. You'll see that in Pennsylvania and most other states require a 3-year tenure program. More specifically, the Pennsylvania Report on Tenure and Teacher Quality gives the state an overall rating of D+. In areas 1 and 2, delivering well-prepared teachers and expanding the pool of teachers, the state did relatively well. In areas 3, 4, and 5, identifying effective teachers, retaining effective teachers, and especially exiting ineffective teachers, the state did poorly. Each tenured teacher in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania should have a written contract. They should follow a standard format. Here's an example of a standard teacher's contract as used by the state. Most school districts follow this same contract language. As you have learned in our class, teachers with tenure can still be fired. Reasons cited in school code for termination include immorality, incompetency, unsatisfactory teaching performance, intemperance, cruelty, and negligence. Some additional reasons that a teacher with tenure could be fired include willful neglect of their teacher duties, a physical or mental disability, advocating or participating in un-American or subversive doctrines, conviction of a felony crime, or persistent violation of school laws or board policies. School law states that all teachers must be rated using a similar form. This is an example of the current form that our state uses. It is also known as the Debbie. After 2 unsatisfactory evaluations, the district may consider dismissal. They must follow certain protocol. The board must provide a written statement with the charges being brought against the teacher. It must also be signed by the president and the secretary of the school board. Following this written affidavit, they should provide a hearing to the teacher, and witnesses and testimony and factual evidence are provided. When the hearing is complete, a school board vote must take place. In order for the teacher to be dismissed, a vote of 2/3 majority is required. If the board cannot vote with a two-thirds majority, then the teacher should be retained and the complaint will be dismissed. Some important cases have happened in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. An important case on teacher immorality comes from 1939, where Evelyn Horosco, who was a teacher, married a restaurant owner. In his restaurant, he served beer and allowed pinball and other dice games. Miss Horosco was also known to bartend. It was found that, yes, the school board did have a reason to dismiss Miss Horosco. An important lesson on teacher incompetency comes from the North Penn School District. Bernice Hamburg, a 12-year veteran and a second-grade tenured teacher, received 2 unsatisfactory evaluations after her principal had noted 58 specific instances of incompetence. After review and evaluation, it was found that the district did have a reason to dismiss Ms. Hamburg. Another lesson on incompetency comes from the East Stroudsburg Area School District, where Cheryl Sarah, who worked as a 4th grade tenured teacher, was let go of her job for not admitting that she was pregnant. Because her physical condition had no bearing on her ability to teach, this case was overturned and Cheryl Sarah won. A lesson on cruelty comes from the Bovina versus the Board of School Directors of Indiana Area School District. Anthony Bonivo, a tenured high school foreign language teacher, made several comments to a high school student that included harassment. The court ruled that because Bovino's words made the student feel uncomfortable, that they were indeed cruel. It is important for teachers to remember that even though you may have tenure, you can still be fired for any one of those important reasons. Teachers who have tenure are not automatically safe. They need to be careful about their legal status. Any criminal action can come back to haunt you. Each teacher should also be aware of their personnel file and all papers that are filed on their behalf. If you're a teacher in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, please remember that all forms go on file with the state, not just your school district. If you think before you speak, you'll keep yourself safe. If you're not sure if something is inappropriate, don't say it. And make sure that you're following the curriculum and the guidelines and board policies that your school district has set forth before you.